live. Going live. Okay, I think that's a thing. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I have gone ahead and muted my own sound so I can't hear, and I don't have headphones, so yeah. Rockin'. Okay, so is the sound insanely loud? Do I need to adjust anything up or down? Like how's that looking? Sweet. Okay. So interestingly enough, I did not verify or check with anybody as to whether or not we actually have a live stream or they're just releasing a video. So I have essentially relegated myself to refreshing the Aptera Motors YouTube page repeatedly until, you know, something happens. Yeah, it's the first refresh, nothing's happened yet. Alrighty. Sound is perfect. Yes, to Kobe, they do go live at 1:15 Central Standard Time. Well, let's see. It was 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central. I believe that's how that goes. I can double check on my phone here. 1 second here. But yeah, I am live at the moment because I wanted to make sure that I did not need to change anything or what have you. But yeah, essentially my last live stream didn't go too well. So we're just dotting our I's and crossing our T's and all that fun stuff. Yeah, Earth Creature is like pretty darn awesome. Like every time I've seen one of his videos or he interacts on my channel, he's pretty rocking. Says 16 minutes here, 16 minutes here. Uh-oh, I don't know what that means. Like 16 minutes until they go live or until, all right, I'll be more diligent on the refreshes then, just in case, so we don't miss anything. All right. So they first announced this through their their X page. So I'm going to jump to X and see what's going on here. Search for Aptera. Yes, sir. 12 p.m. Pacific time. So in approximately 42 minutes, they will be either live streaming or releasing a video. I am not sure which. They just said Aptera update heading our way. So fun times there. How's everybody feeling today, man? I'm actually pretty darn excited. I was mentioning in my comments for my last video that I was literally losing sleep over this. Super excited to hear what they have to say. Had a whole bunch of theories that I thought might be the case for what this live stream was for. A lot of people were saying it was a big deal, so I am hoping that the big deal is that they've been approved for ATVM, even though that is a fairly long shot at this point. But yeah, hopefully it'll be something really big like that, or they'll say, oh, we have a Delta going on that we can see and show you guys right now. Yeah, that's another pie in the sky, but who knows? Have you watched any of the videos Drive the Lightning has recently posted? Yes, actually. I have watched everything they've posted recently, and all the battery information and the questions that the new correspondents have asked were phenomenal. Glad you're feeling good, by the way, Dean. I didn't want to skip the comment there. Demigeek, super excited here too. Yeah, man, it's about to be real, or at least so the rumors state. Let's see. I think they'll reveal cooling info and loan info. Yeah, that is where I am too, Earth Creature. I think they're gonna reveal something about the ATVM loan. Like maybe they're in the top running or they're being considered more seriously or something like that. And cooling info would be nice, but I'm not entirely sure that they are going to go that route. Although I will say that they definitely need some press around their cooling system that isn't less than stellar. So let's see. I am to G. Nissen. I'm gonna say G. Nissen. Looking forward to the news about whatever it is. Yeah, I'm also looking forward. Hoping for the best. Very confused by Sandy's statements around moving away from wheel motors. What? Wait. He said we're moving away from wheel motors for the Aptera, or just for cars in general. Like that's. Yeah, I'm gonna need a link for that if you have it, so I can check that out later on. Let's see. Okay, Sandy misspoke. Okay, there we go. We got it. All right, that was kind of scary, because if they went to a standard drivetrain, that would mean all sorts of extra MacGuffins and pieces and rods and joints and whatnot that would just decrease their efficiency and whatnot. Let's see, maybe opening the celebrator program back up for non-accredited. You know what, Bob, that is a fantastic thought process. That would make a lot of sense. In spite of my SEC filing video being extremely late, I have been keeping up with their filings, and they did file something fairly recently that seemed to indicate that they're trying to get regular people able to invest again, so non-accredited investors to be able to invest again. Let's see, you can't help it. Hey man, nobody's asking you to help it. Excitement is fantastic. Let's see. The heat is on the cooling system. I love that. Dad joke there, Kevin. I don't know if you happen to be a dad, but I love nothing more than making my children groan in exacerbation at my fantastic dad jokes. So good on you, man. Let's see. I think the hill trip video was more than adequate. So there was a gentleman who I follow who there he is in the comments. Oh, speak of the devil, Evolve Electric jumping in the chat here. But yeah, he put up a fantastic video about how they could have improved that hill climb video, and I agreed with like most of the points that he made, and yeah, very thorough video. So welcome, Evolve Electric. Yeah, man, it's good times. Let's see. Sandy meant production could start on the first Aptera by this year. Yeah, so Earth Creature, he did talk, like Sandy talked about how it could be September-ish, October-ish of this year before we would see the Delta prototype. So if it is in fact something that he accidentally let loose, then we could see a Delta prototype, which again, to me, in my head right now, that's another pie in the sky, but it could very well be something really big like that. Hopefully we get some good news today. Looking for accelerator. Yeah, man. So Evolve Electric, yes, we are looking for the accelerator program to reopen. That would be fantastic. I would probably start saving my money again, because I've put like just enough to be on the leaderboard, the accelerator program leaderboard. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm giving that slot away, and yeah, I would want to put more towards that just to make the I guess the prize more worth it, I guess. But oh, which reminds me, you guys did a whole bunch of fantastic entries. I have been kind of mulling over which one I'm gonna pick because they're all so good. So yeah, good job on that, guys. If you guys want to tell your friends to submit if they are not on the accelerator leaderboard, then please do that. That would be fantastic. Kevin Daniels, yeah, oh yeah. So I kind of figured because yeah, it's just like it's a innate ability that we inherit as soon as the first child is born. So yeah. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and refresh again just to make sure. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right. We're not gonna miss the opportunity for the video as soon as it comes out. Let's see. Hoping for news on CPC and production intent model being built. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too, Dean. That they decide to give us a little bit of a taste of what we should expect from the Delta, or show pieces coming off the presses or being assembled. All of that stuff would be monumental to me, and it would be great press for the company itself. Let's see. Bruce Nelson mentioned a couple of days ago that CPC is already making parts. Yes, yes, yes. From what Bruce Nelson was saying, they're producing parts. Oh goodness, I believe it was Chris McCammon that also hinted at parts being produced. So it's looking real likely that we're getting something investor related or something Delta related in this particular video / live stream that they did not specify. I wish I could afford 10K for it. Man, shoot. Rajay, that is okay if you are not able to afford it. If you have not already, you can enter my contest for my slot, because I'm giving away my slot since I don't necessarily want the configuration that they are offering in the accelerator program. So let's see. CBC is making all parts. Aptera could have a validation vehicle or two by year's end. Absolutely. Demagreek, Demagreek, what is that? Anyway, Demagreek, I agree that they could have a validation vehicle or two by year's end. I'm not entirely sure how likely that is because they're still trying to spin up a lot of the stuff, or at least last time I was there, they were spinning up a lot of stuff. They were still putting together a lot of components, like rafters and stuff for the parts to be carried around and what have you. They hadn't got their robots programmed, so it is possible that they are getting those bodies in, but I don't know if they'll be able to produce a full-on prototype with production tooling. It would have to be more of like a manual, hey, we're gonna get all the guys together and put it together and then, have a Delta to show. Let's see, I believe the Drive the Lightning videos showed a little bit of the factory, but it did not, like, at least from my eyes, I didn't see much of a progression for their factory being put together. Like, there was stuff that was different and that had changed and that had moved around a little bit, but not necessarily production ready yet. So I'm hoping that changes really soon. Like, they got information from CPC like, hey, we're getting you these bodies next month or something, and they're like, oh, okay, so let's go ahead and get this stuff together, and they're rolling full speed into it. So we'll see how it goes, but at the moment I would like to think that they are at the very least about to receive some kind of body components or something like that. Like, they've put together something and they're assembling it by hand, but not necessarily with production tooling. Okay. So I am on a MacBook right now, and their scroll is the opposite direction. So I have to get used to that. Bruce Nelson, hello all Aptera enthusiasts. Hello there. Hearing October for the validation vehicle. Yeah, a lot of people have heard similar things. Let's see. Chris told during your in the summer maybe they have arrived ready for some. Yeah, so that's yeah. That is where I'm thinking they are. If they've stayed on schedule, I think the most consistent thing about putting together something new, making a new product, designing something, is delays. So whether or not they can stay on schedule is one thing, but whether or not the boat bringing everything over from CPC is on time and what have you, that's a whole nother matter. I'm hoping that stuff happened well, because yeah, the end of summer is, yeah, it's already here, so theoretically they're already getting some stuff put together. Let's see. Diesel engine to generate power for large California EV charging site. We need a company that is actually concerned about atmospheric warming. I did not know that they were using a diesel engine for their EV charging site. That's, I feel like that might have been a news story somewhere, but it kind of escaped my mind. It didn't stick in my memory anywhere. Let's see. Oh, I missed one. Okay, let's look at. It sounded like September was the Delta working out assembly kinks. Okay, yeah. That is possible too. I don't like I said, I don't know what they were doing with their robots, with their robot programming. When I was at the facility, they basically said that they have to have somebody come in to talk about how to program them and get them on the right tracks and where to go and that kind of stuff. So hopefully they are still on schedule, and that this particular presentation will be about, oh, we're going to refresh again. Man, I waited too long. I'm trying to refresh it every couple of minutes just to make sure I don't miss something. Maybe we should go to videos. Live. No, nothing in the live section. And by the way, for people that are wondering, yes, I am subscribed to Sesame Street. I still love that show. Jumping back over. Let's see. Let's scroll back up to where I was. Okay, stay close to their original prices. For most people, Tesla will be more compelling, but Tesla will also have a lot of negative sentiment. So I agree with that very much. Evolve Electric. There's a sense that that Aptera needs to stay right around the price that they've announced, not only because it is uncomfortably close to a Model 3, and any higher would be clashing with that value proposition, but also because if they say, hey, we're going to cost $33,000 and they end up charging like, I don't know, $40,000 or something like that, it would kind of hurt the brand's overall, I don't know, it'll hurt their brand to not be able to keep the promises that they put out there in the first place. Yeah, only time will tell. Ironically, with some of the news that's been coming out with Maxion moving to Mexico and what have you, it is entirely possible that the price of the Aptera could actually see a few dollars taken off of the price. Now, don't go quoting this as, like hey, this is the end all be all, but if they keep getting suppliers in the country, or at least in North America, then it is entirely possible that we could see the pricing for the Aptera go in a downward trajectory instead of an upward one. That would be fantastic as well. That would help their brand recognition and help their brand and help the people recognize that, hey, there's a company out there besides Tesla that's cutting prices on their vehicles. So yeah, I'm hoping they just get a whole bunch more people just, hey, we're we're gonna bring our processing facilities here so that we can make sure that you're getting a better price on your vehicle. That would be ideal, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. If Maxion is the first of many, or if they're like the exception to the rule. Yeah, so I am serially optimistic. Always have been, always will be. It's just the nature of the beast. If you like positivity, you're in the right place. Yeah, so that's actually a lot of the reason why I gravitated toward Drive the Lightning at first, because they are very, very over the top optimistic, like I am. So let's see. No, Tesla's using a diesel engine. Oh, that okay. Yeah, we already talked about that part. Let's see. It's an on-point take. A lot of evidence. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Keeps jumping down the bottom. I know I'm slow at reading, guys. I'm slow at reading. Let's see. Looked at blah blah blah. And never promised the policy being returned there. So I know Elio was kind of a cautionary tale for EVs, but I never really looked too much into them. Yeah, I might have to do that just to see. Oh, refresh. All right, nothing crazy happening, right? Nothing. Okay. And we're going to refresh for good measure one more time and move back over. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I was not an Elio reservation holder. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect it early. This is for Oopsie. 0 ops 1 echo. Spelled Oopsie is what I'm going to say because it's just easier to say. But yeah, I wouldn't expect it early necessarily, but I have been burned in the past with live streams on my gaming channel where I would say, oh yeah, that's not going to happen for another 37 minutes. And then somebody goes, hey, you know they're live right now, right? So yeah, I'm just covering all my bases. Let's see. Maker of Things. Oh, goodness. Maker of Things is in here. Let's see. Cybertruck is remotely closer. Not sure why people still bow to the hype. So I think a lot of people are really hyped for the Cybertruck right now because there's several, or rather, there are several of what people believe are in production intent vehicles. So if they're already passing out production intent vehicles, they are, at the very least, getting their tooling together and they are testing the finished product, or at least close to the finished product. So if you're out there testing, then you are closer to actual production than somebody who is not testing, obviously. But yeah, it doesn't take much longer after the R&D testing and crash testing and what have you to get a vehicle on the road, or at least it shouldn't take more than maybe a year or so. Most likely that the... Oh man, it's most likely that the Model 3 and Y will soon lose their government subsidies because of the use of... That's possible. It depends on whether or not CATL brings a battery production facility to the United States, because I think that is one of the loopholes that exists in that particular law. Like if a Chinese company says, hey, we're just going to produce our batteries in America, I believe that makes their batteries American built. And I know that's a really weird sort of cop-out-y scenario, but that's something that a lot of automakers have done in the past to make their cars more American, or to make themselves better equipped for decreasing their supply costs, their supply chain costs, and that kind of stuff. So I'm not totally sure about that, but I believe if CATL brings a facility to the States, then that would make their batteries American built. Cybertruck has body assembly issues. Their press cannot fix. They had to pair it with carbon to have hope at release. Oh, I had no idea about that. If the Cybertruck is really having issues with assembly that are that dire, then it might not even be a matter of carbon parts. They might have to just reconfigure the gigapress that is making the Cybertruck, which that's going to take some time. So yeah, if they're having a lot of production issues that they weren't expecting, and those 10 or 12 vehicles that were driving around or being delivered were just kind of one-offs or 10-offs, and that they're not going to be something that is the final production, then I can see Cybertruck taking a little more time. At the moment, I'm fairly certain that Cybertruck's going to release extremely close to the time that Aptera is going to release, which it would make things either really difficult or really easy for Aptera, depending on how they market themselves. Alrighty, well, I'd be surprised to see the Aptera's price lower than the but they may be able to keep the price rise in check. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm not saying that it's one of those things that is definitely going to happen, but if they keep getting people here keep getting their manufacturers to come here, then yeah, it's not terribly out of the way to think that they might be able to decrease their price. Oof, Bob, thank you for that. So I'm over here talking, Mexico, but it's New Mexico. Yeah, my bad. So if they are coming to New Mexico as opposed to Mexico, then that is literally directly in the United States. So yeah, that is fantastic news for Aptera, even more so than if they were going to not New Mexico. I did it again. There we go. Okay. Love Drive the Lightning. Man, I have met very few people that don't love Drive the Lightning, so oh my goodness, they are in my stream. Oh, now I'm all starstruck and whatnot. Holy biscuits. Hi guys, how are you? All right. Let's see. Positivity for the win. Absolutely, all day long. Positivity for the win. Let's see. ADO was gas only originally. Only more recently they claim to have an EV model, and they will probably not survive because nothing like Aptera, not at all. So I agree with that assessment. Elio is not Aptera by any stretch. They have a lot more things that are going to be challenges to them than what Aptera has. Just overall, like I said, I haven't really done too much research on Elio because they didn't pass my initial sniff test. So yeah, I need to look more into them to understand where exactly they are. But yeah, they're no Aptera. Great discussion. All my favorite people are here. Hey man, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, that's all the folks that I talk to and enjoy in my comment section are here. I appreciate that so much. Let's see. Positivity be with you, Chad and Sarah. Let's see. Cybertruck press procedures. Warped body panels. Yes, the material and heat warping as an issue. Okay, so if it is materials and heat warping, then they are probably going to have to completely redo the interface, the stuff that presses stuff out, presses the pieces of the Cybertruck out. That's gonna take some time, and it's not necessarily a short amount of time either. So okay, if that is the case, then they will probably end up releasing 2025-ish is what I would guess at this point. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Tesla has the secret sauce to fix this faster than what we all think. But yeah, if they're having material and heat warping and whatnot as issues, it's going to take some time to have their pieces remapped, re-melted, re-forged, whatever process they use to make those gigapress pieces. They're going to have to redo that. And if Aptera's press components are any indicator, then it's gonna be a minute, because it took several months for them to cut the pieces for the Aptera body panels. I'm more excited about the Fisker truck than the Cybertruck. So I hope that Fisker is able to keep up the hype where they have had it for the past little while. They have had a rough go of it as well, but not so rough that I think they are in any like immediate mortal danger. It's just they've had a lot of little hiccups, and I'm hoping that they work those out. And at the end of the day, I just kind of want all of the companies that are pushing into EVs to be able to produce EVs so that we have more competition, and that products will be better as a result of the competition between automakers. Let's see. Oh, on that note, with respect to automakers of the legacy variety, I just hope that they, let me go ahead and refresh. I just hope that they are always in a position to learn from the people that are doing it already. So Tesla's been doing this for a long time, and they have also been being ignored for a long time by a lot of legacy auto companies. The fact that they are now getting more, I guess you could say more play, more press publicity in a positive light, they are starting to garner the attention of legacy auto. And I'm hoping that that attention translates to better vehicles and better production processes, so that, again, the customer benefits. Let me see. Where did it keeps just jumping down the bottom. Oh my goodness. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, there we are. Aptera just going to, it sounds like Aptera is just going to post a canned message at 12 per Chris McCammon. Okay. Too easy. Yeah, I'll still react to that. Keep up a live stream. Give us a couple minutes to talk about it. Best thing for Aptera would be no more IRA incentives and just tax gas cars 10%. That could pose its own problems, because one of the things I've kind of noticed about corporations is, if your rules are not specific enough, or if they are too simple, the companies are just gonna wiggle their way around it, because it is cheaper to wiggle around it than it is to completely change the way you do business. I would actually expect them to kind of wiggle around it if the taxes are too simply worded or too simple in concept. That's part of the reason why laws and whatnot are written in such a very ballooned and complicated way, is that they are trying to make sure that there are no places for air to escape, for people to game the system. Now, that stated, I know that there are laws specifically there for people to be able to get around other laws that exist. And in those cases, those are usually pretty simple. But yeah, for the sake of laws that are trying to keep people from gaming the system, those are usually fairly complicated in their writing. Let's see. As long as the product is assembled in America, it qualifies. So assemble in America. We're talking about the tax incentives. That would be fantastic if they would just say it doesn't matter how many wheels you have, as long as it's assembled in America and has a certain price point, then it would qualify. That would be fantastic. Fisker truck or Alpha Wolf over Cybertruck. I don't need the full size. So what I miss is the concept of smaller trucks, like the kind of trucks that are as short as cars but have a bed on the end, like the El Camino or vehicles like that. I miss those so much because they were everything I needed in a vehicle, and I really really wanted one when I was a kid, like 14, 15, 16, before I was actually driving legally. I wanted a an El Camino for a short amount of time until they essentially changed regulations to make those kinds of trucks impractical to produce, I guess is the best way to put it. Just send me the parts. I'll build my own Aptera in the US. Man, shoot. So for Drive the Lightning, one of my video ideas was actually when I received my Aptera to, oh man, maybe I shouldn't talk about that yet. Well, you know what? Never mind. So one of my ideas was to actually take my Aptera and disassemble it completely just to see how difficult it was to take apart and put together, and then see whether or not it still drove afterwards. I have a good friend down the road who is a certified mechanic, and he was dying for the opportunity to get a hold of this brand new shiny toy and see how it works. I'm like, yeah, you just want to take it down and put it back together. We'll just see how the components work and see if we can put it back together. See exactly how easy it is to take apart and put back together and repair and what have you. So that was a video idea that we are still cultivating, and will probably happen the week that I get my Aptera after I've gotten back from my super long road trip. But yeah, let's see, detail. Trumps the excitement level. Oh, always, man. They're top tier excitement. Let's see. I just can't get excited about Fisker. I like the styling, but after the Karma fail, I'm very cautious about them. I am also very cautious about Fisker, because they are starting to run into a lot of the things that Karma ran into, not necessarily like from a business perspective or from a production perspective, but from a management perspective. I am hoping that Fisker makes it, just like I'm hoping that any other startup company makes it. But yeah, they also make me very apprehensive, or they give me pause when it comes to being an investor or being all in with them. By the way, in case I mention investment related stuff in this video, besides the stuff that I just mentioned, none of the stuff that I've said so far is supposed to be taken as financial advice, so don't do it. Don't do it. All right. I keep falling to the bottom. All right, let's see. You know what? We're gonna go faster. We're gonna skim like our lives depend on it. Let's see. Aptera is crazy attractive than cheapest they're an enchilada of awesome. You know what? That's a new phrase. I love enchiladas. So yeah, man. The enchilada of awesome. All right. Aptera Owners Club did a video on Elio about a year ago. They're pretty sketchy. Yes. Yes, indeed. ID4, I'm not sure yet. So how are you liking the ID4, Kevin? Because I hear a lot of mixed reviews. I hear, oh, this is the best thing of all time, and then I hear, oh, it could have been so much better if they had done this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what your experience was with that. Let's see. This is Julie Casa from the home of myself and Bob Nuccio. Hey, all right. Well, welcome. Yeah. Good times. Glad to have you. Glad to have you here. Jewelry Casa. Yes, I said that right. I think. Pretty sure. We're gonna go with that. Aptera is down the road from where I live. I ride by, excited to see the activity. As always, empty and quiet. And I hope it's going on. So Stale, from what I learned of their inner workings, that is by design. They are keeping everything quiet on the outside of the building, because if it were hustle and bustle, then they wouldn't be able to get any work done because there'd be too many looky-loos. Most of what they're doing is inside the building so that they don't garner too much attention. I don't know if you know this, but the Aptera it gathers eyes very easily, and so if you have these vehicles, I don't know, sitting in the parking lot or what have you, then there would be a ridiculous number of people around it at all times. A lot of things happening, a lot of pieces moving around. It would make their already difficult task more difficult because they'd have to be fielding questions all day long, which is not conducive for making a vehicle, or so I believe. Latest drone lightning vids show a huge increase of materials around the warehouse flooring. Yes, absolutely. That is one thing that I noticed as well. There's a whole bunch more stuff, but one of the things that I noticed was the stuff that they had that was new was directly beside, or in some cases directly beside, some of the stuff that I saw when I was there. So I'm guessing that they're moving along. Like I'm seeing that there's stuff being done. It's just I don't know if the process or the progress is enough for them to have a Delta by the end of the year. We'll see how that goes, but I think it should be fairly certain that we see Deltas, if not fully intent production vehicles, by mid to late next year. Steps from production. Yes, they are just steps from production, and I can't wait. Let's see. Oh yeah, battery. Okay, rocking. Where? Oh, I keep jumping down the bottom. Okay. Get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. Jeff really puts in the work and deserves 10 times that. Happily subscribed on day one. You know what? I am deeply touched to hear you guys say that, because like the reason why I got into this, like into talking about Aptera, was because of you guys' enthusiasm and energy, and your just general demeanors. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of happy. I'm pretty optimistic. I can probably do this. Yeah. So here we are, doing the thing, and yeah, like I appreciate that. Thank you. If it ain't broke, take it apart and see why. So that Kobe was my philosophy as a kid, and my mom did not appreciate it at all, especially when I couldn't put that stuff back together. I took apart her cathode ray TV back before they had the digital panels and stuff, and I took out, it was so fascinating, wires and components and circuit boards and all sorts of stuff all over the place. And then my mom came in and was like, put this together now. And I was like, you're absolutely right. And then I couldn't put it back together, and that didn't end well for me. So, all right. I was one of the first 10 subs when I found this channel. I search for Aptera every day. So thank you very much, Earth Creature. I think I do remember you as one of the very first subscribers, because I remembered your logo, your banner, your picture, the little emblem. Yeah, I remembered seeing that, and I was like, Earth Creature, I wonder what that is. And I clicked on your profile, and I was like, oh, man, these guys are fantastic. Yeah. A Swedish manufacturer is taking the solar concept, going bigger with it. Big rig bigs. Yeah. Hyper solar truck was tested on public roads first time last week. Oh, that's very reassuring. If solar vehicles are going to become a big deal, yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. Oh man, lost in the conversation. Refresh. Okay, make sure I'm not missing something live. All right. I know we're supposed to be getting a regular video drop, but I just want to make absolutely sure we're covering the bases. All right, back over this way. Let's see. Do you actually think 600 miles or I'm assuming you mean 1,000-mile variants will be made? It doesn't make sense to me. Seems too small of a market. I don't know, honestly. I hope that they make the 600 and 1,000-mile versions. I sincerely hope that I get my 1,000-mile version, and I hope that I get to test it and see if it actually makes 1,000 miles. The reason why I opted for the 1,000-mile version is because I am basically the king of not charging my stuff. Like, I'll have my phone and like I'll set it down and not plug in the charger, and then I'll get back to it and I'm like, oh, I have to run somewhere urgent and my phone is at 36%. Oh no. So yeah, I'm that guy. And so I got the 1,000 mile version literally just because I know that, oh, I see down here you said 1,000 miles. There we go. But yeah, so I know that I am the guy who would forget to plug in his Aptera for a couple of days, or forget to park outside of my garage for a couple of days or something like that. So yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not the guy who's like towed to, a charging station or something because he forgot to plug it in. So yeah, I can't deal with that embarrassment. I have a fragile heart. Oh man, so I said it a couple times. Maybe it's time to draw up the plans, take a hatch off the Aptera, add a bulkhead, stiffen the rear spring. So an Apamino would be fantastic. So the fact that they were open to the idea. Oh, here we go. 1 o'clock. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't see anything new. What are we doing? Okay, you know what? Let's try searching Aptera. Alrighty. Oh, that's me. Holy biscuits. Okay. I was about to click on it like, oh, I'm missing it. That was me. All right. Okay, so nothing has happened. No video has yet dropped that I can see. Guys, let me know if I'm missing something, because that would be a travesty. All right. Let's see. Interesting. Oh, I'm glad I got that right. Interesting that VW is partnering with the Chinese automaker to build their ID4 in China, and its starting price is $20K US. That is interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh no. Oh, we did it again. We love it, but we have, oh, there we go. Okay. 1,000 mile Aptera to get Cannonball run an EV record. It's great for some publicity, but they will not make many and seems to not need a lot of extra development. Yeah, they said that they're going to have to tune the suspension a little bit. That's about all. Towing package, makes a huge difference. Pulling a small 2-ton trailer with our camping gear is much more efficient than a cargo trailer. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like that thing. So if things don't go well for Aptera by some strange coincidence and they don't make it to production, like we were considering the ID4 or a Model 3. So yeah, that's good to know. Well, only two-wheel drive should provide the best efficiency of any other variants. Absolutely. I'm expecting more than less than 100 watt-hours per mile is what they've been claiming for some time. What is your efficiency towing? How much weight are you towing? Oh, yeah. Get 3 to 4 miles per okay. Let's see. Seth, please do a video on that. Shoot, I'd watch it. Yeah, man. I don't have much experience making videos, though. So I have experience with making videos, but we all have to start somewhere. My very first video on my gaming channel was so cringe that I don't even like referencing it because it's embarrassing. It really is. But yeah, you got to start somewhere, and if your information is good, then yeah, man, I am all for it. I'll watch it. I give everybody a chance. A plain villa research is always welcome. Let's see. Talking about CRT is dangerous. Not that CRT. I'm talking about cathode ray tubes over here. Let's see. CRT is dangerous from a perspective of voltage and wattage. I did not know that at the time. I was wearing gloves. I basically was told in my, like, through TV and stuff that I'd watched before I took apart my mom's TV, that you had to be very careful, that you had to wear gloves, that you had to wear safety goggles. I had my mom's sunglasses on, and it was hilarious because I couldn't see half of what I was doing, and yeah, it was fun, and that's what kind of made me want to study to be an engineer. But yeah, the fallout was less than ideal. Let's see. Based on the battery pack size, 1,000 not make a rated range, or the launch edition will be 470. Possibly. Would like to take an Aptera near the suspension with a drive motor and a battery to make a single wheel trailer or convert my. That's an interesting idea. I don't know where that could go, but that's an interesting idea. Searching Aptera helps the overall algorithm for Aptera. Highly recommend. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep searching Aptera and refreshing and what have you, but nothing for Aptera yet. Good, thank you. Thank you for double checking that. For opening the door on this live stream, wonder what we'll walk through the door. Oh man, hopefully some fantastic news from Aptera. That's what I'm hoping. Aptera is supposed to be online at around noon their time, which is 1 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock Central. Yeah, they're supposed to be online nowish. Based on some comments previously, the Aptera news is probably going to be shared through a video, not through a live stream, but that is okay because I'll still watch it with you guys, and we will make it happen over here. Let's see. Is this supposed to be a live stream from Aptera, or are they releasing a pre-made video? So yeah, I think I just answered that, but I'll go through it again. Essentially, we're expecting a video more likely than not based on the comments I've received so far. But if they go live, then I will be there for that too. Let's go ahead and refresh this bad boy again. All right, nothing yet. November 2021 is the last update. All right, we're still all right. Let's see. It's supposed to be live. I have that. I want candy songs stuck in my head while I wait for the news. Let's go. So anybody who is unfamiliar with that song, it is one of my favorite songs from several movies. But yeah, it's a fantastic song, and it is now stuck in my head. So thank you for that, Earth Creature. Let's see. Seems like they are releasing a pre-made video. Yes. No towing hook up in the launch edition. Yeah, so as we know it at the moment, we do not have a tow hook in the launch edition. It's a pre-recorded video. Yeah, maybe, but you never know. Something could have happened. Maybe they are planning a live stream and they've been putting it together for the past few minutes. We don't know yet. Let's see. Towing with the Aptera will be a huge impact on range unless it's power trailer and very aerodynamic. Yes, I agree with that assessment. Another reason for me going for the 1,000-mile range version was it would have the biggest battery and therefore the biggest opportunity for towing if I so decided to tow something. I'm not going to be towing anything gigantic because I don't expect Aptera to be able to pull that much weight. But yeah, like a little 1-ton trailer maybe, at the very most. Not for very long distances would probably be okay, so long as I don't burn out a motor or something. Let's see. States 1215. Oh, it states 1215. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I checked the X post, and maybe I was seeing the time that I wanted to see. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, it still says 12. I don't know. Maybe they changed it to 12:15. I don't know. Let's see. I would suspect that today's announcement will be about reopening Aptera investments to all. Yes, that is one of the prevailing theories right now, David. We are also thinking that they might have some production news for us or something like that. Just shooting out ideas. Yeah, we're hoping that all of the above, like they just give us a smattering of everything. But yeah, just the announcement about Aptera investments being reopened would be gigantic. I think we'd see a 2 million spike in the accelerator program just today. Linked on. Oh, okay, gotcha. The show. There's a short video uploaded 2 hours ago. Aptera just sent the link on AOC Discord. Oh! Delayed 30 minutes per Chris's statement. Okay, so Aptera Owners Club is getting the juicy tidbits early over there. That's what's up. Maybe I should be on their Discord, which actually I think I already am on their Discord. I think I am already on there. Let me double check. I think I am. Let's see, Discord. What you got over here? Yep, they got it early. Wow. Okay. Towing an Aptera would not be good. You would have to have a very light tongue weight sensor. Yes, I agree. And you'd also have to do a bunch of balancing, putting the weight in the exact right position so you don't like cave the whole thing. Like, yeah, I know it would be dubious. Like that's why I said if I were to tow something, it would be with the biggest, chunkiest battery because it would have the biggest, chunkiest suspension, and it would probably have the best chance of making it anywhere near a decent amount of distance. I think Aptera is really trying to boost your subscriber numbers, getting everyone watching your live feed for their release. They fell in love with you at your last visit. You know what? I would love it if that were the case, because I think they're all pretty amazing as well. Time is relative. Drive the lightning with the clutch answer. Love it. Has a video linked earlier. Blah, blah, blah. Glad they came back home before the stream was over. Good to see that there's some activity Aptera-wise. Absolutely. Yeah, LinkedIn, Aptera, update heading your way, 12. Yeah, nice to see so many familiar channel names here. Yep. Oh, it's always good to see the homies coming out to talk about Aptera. Reggae is reopened, will happen in the next 30 minutes. Not a fan of Steve. What? So, okay, I'll say that Aptera Owners Club does have a more subdued optimism than most, but he is still optimistic about Aptera. It's just some of the things that he posts makes him seem more negative than I believe he actually probably is. Racks of CPC after program open in 30 minutes or so. Oh my goodness. Oh, this thing is hitting hard. Oh my goodness. The video is released if you have the link. It's private for now. Oh, so okay, we're gonna try that again. Nope, not a thing. I'm gonna try and get on my Discord and see what we can do here. Jumping on the Discord. Let's see it. Oh, I don't have it downloaded on this computer, but it's right there. Okay. All right, we're gonna work this out somehow. Anybody else having fun dropping an Aptera link when somebody says our infrastructure can't handle an EV conversation? Man, Kevin, absolutely. That's one of my favorite things to do. Is like, yeah, no, we can't. There's no way we can make this thing happen. Yeah, yeah. Aptera's link kind of makes all that noise go away pretty quick. Downloading updates. Okay, apparently that's a thing. What I am gonna do after this starts up is jump on the Discord and see if I can get the video here. Alrighty. Be kind and courteous, no spam. Of course not. And you guys said it was under General Aptera. Oh my word. Okay, so do we jump to the bottom? Yeah, we jump to the bottom. Ooh. Oh my goodness, they are unveiling the first production parts. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Aptera fans, it's Chris. We've had an amazing start to our solar summer. From hanging out with pro surfers in Huntington Beach, to hanging out at Comic-Con with our favorite superheroes, to seeing the horses race in Del Mar, and spending time with Sandy Monroe at the Tesla Takeover. It's been amazing to see a whole new host of people see the Aptera and experience what we're about. And thanks to your support, we've had tremendous progress with our accelerator program. We've raised over $20 million with this effort, and it'll be great to see it fill up through the next coming months. It's allowed us to make great progress with our supply chain, releasing production parts from the suspension to the frame to the body structure.
That is
everything
slightly
that will make
different.
Aptera great. The first tools from CPC have been developed, and we've actually stamped our first parts. It's been great to see the metal being cut and those tools actually being put into a press that have formed the first parts for your Apteras. It's awesome to see this material being formed, and it's really the basis for what's to come as we push to production. And we're making great progress at our facility here in Carlsbad, California. Our building has solar on it, so we're actually making solar mobility happen with the power of the sun. And with that new power, we've done building upgrades here to prepare for production. Solar now has done the first run of production validation panels, and they look amazing. Compared to Gamma, this is a massive step forward in productionizing these panels to be durable, lightweight, and produce the most power for you once you receive your Aptera. And we've been awarded an amazing tax exemption for most of the production equipment we'll be putting here in Carlsbad, California. The California Alternative Energy and Advanced Transportation Financing Authority has awarded an exemption to us, which will save us millions on the production equipment we'll add here. And our crowdfunding campaign is open again. We hope we've shown you through previous updates that we've used your investments wisely to invest in tooling and equipment and the designs to get your vehicle to you sooner. We encourage you to help share our story so we can bring solar mobility to the masses. And some amazing updates to come. CPC is working hard to commission all the body structure tools, and we hope to receive the first production body in the next couple months. So the engineers and supply chain have been working hard to complete our first production intent builds. We're now ordering pieces and parts to have the first production intent vehicle here in just the next couple months. It's an exciting time seeing these first production intent vehicles come to life. Vehicles that can be driven around as production intent vehicles would, and things that can be validated and tested to show the world how amazing solar mobility can be. It's been with your support that we're making solar mobility come to life.
So, I know I'm keeping a lid on it right now, but I am absolutely stoked. Like, I'm probably going to do my happy dance when we get off the stream. Yeah, all the stuff that we were thinking about was going to happen is what is happening. They talked about the production vehicle. They talked about the accelerator program. Yeah, oh man, this is, yes. So yeah, 2024, Aptera. 2024. Okay, so let's see, go ahead and X out of that guy, and then we're gonna jump back onto the correct window here. Oh my goodness. But yeah, okay, let me scroll back up to find where we were. Okay. Photos or access to, yes. So I saw no fewer than 10 doors that were being produced like right then and there. So we can see something like 10, 12, 15 Apteras being tested and validated over the next few months into early next year. And oh my goodness, that's whew, whew. But yeah, posted a link above. Yeah, so oh, see if I had been paying attention. Um, let's see. Blah 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 blah. Unfortunately, bad news gets interaction. Yeah, that's what I always try to do. Like if I see something that happens that's less than ideal, I try to make sure that I'm at least giving a fair credence to the fact that people make mistakes or no company is perfect, that kind of thing. Let's see. Remember blah blah blah. Yeah. No investor. Don't wait. Show see, I can't show you the happy dance. I don't have the confidence to pull that off on camera just yet. Oh man. Smiling engineer emoji. If you make that emoji, send it to me because I am absolutely going to use that in my next few videos. Might make it my banner or something. Yeah, the news was great. Like that was one of those really short, really heavy hitting videos that I am all the way here for. Let's see, kind of jumping the gun here, but how long should it be before delivery? Ooh, that's a good question, Colby. Let's see. If they get everything put together, their production facility put together, their tooling set up, the robots working, the production floor cleared and set up, I would not doubt that somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 months to 8 to 10 months from now. So mid next year, maybe same time, maybe September next year, we'll see Apteras being delivered. But yeah, I am very optimistic by nature, so I could be off by a few months, but it can't be more than a year and a half to 2 years at the most. Like I'm thinking 2 years would be the absolute worst case scenario. Best case scenario, 10 months, 9, 10 months, somewhere in there. How long after production vehicles are built will we get finalized specs and efficiency numbers? That's what I want to know, sir. Sir, that's what I want to know. Like I've been chomping at the bit for third-party verified numbers for since I heard about Aptera. Like they're like, oh yeah, we got this 1,000-mile vehicle, and I'm like, yeah. So who verified that? Who done it? Because I want to know how they verified it. So hope for something on the ATVM loan, but otherwise sweet. Yeah, that's true. ATVM loan news would have been fantastic, but I don't like based on how the guy who runs the ATVM loan talks about the ATVM loan. As long as you have a decent plan put together and you have a need that is not outstripping the money available, then you're gonna get it. Like that's basically how he was talking about it. Links in the chat got blocked by YouTube. Oh yeah. So that's one of the things that part of the reason why I jumped over to Discord is because the links are getting just bombed. There are less than awesome people out there who will send you to a link that'll take all your money or something. So they have to protect against that as much as possible. Understand that Aptera has plenty of production money. So I wouldn't say that he is slow per se. It is possible that he just doesn't have the same access to the numbers or doesn't know where to find them. I am not going to go into too much detail, but some of the off-camera stuff that me and Chris McCammon talked about made me very comfortable with how their finances are looking right now. Let's see, we need to make The production intent. So there is a Facebook group who I cannot link for obvious reasons that has the plan to drive across the entire country to show the Aptera to the country. Essentially, like they're doing like a caravan scenario. I might link that in the description of this video so that you guys can check it out. But essentially, he's like, yeah, the first people that are getting your Apteras, if you want to go on a cross-country trip with us, let us know. We'll coordinate it and organize it. Yeah, that's the effort that I'm looking at trying to be a part of, assuming, assuming that I can actually get my Aptera in a timely fashion. But since my configuration is so far off in the line, I probably will end up missing that caravan. But yeah, that's hopefully Aptera themselves will do something where they kind of tour across the country and see how that goes. Let's see. Hope there will be a. Oh, that's what he was talking about. Shrimp Tony and my man. So I will say that they are in a perpetual position of needing more money, but they are not almost out of money. Since they are not making a profit for themselves, they do have to rely on crowdfunding and the like. But essentially, they are in a position where they need more money, but they're not hurting for money, if that makes any sense. They have a small amount of cash reserve, a cash reserve amount that is enough for them to make it for a good amount of time. They just are raising money at the moment to make sure that they make it to production so that they can eventually make a profit. That is basically the lot cast to every single startup company that's ever existed. Release the fro. So, funny story. I tried to pick out my fro today, and you might notice, maybe? Okay, good. I did a good job. You might notice that my hair is a little bit lopsided inside my do-rag. I was trying to pick it out, and it was not working because I cannot use my other hand the way I want to just yet. I can type with it. I can pick up some light objects, but my hair gives a lot of resistance when I pull the pick through it. So at the moment, I cannot release the fro, but it is something that I have wanted to do so bad for the past week and a half. Let's see. I'd hope there would be a financial announcement too. Yes, that would have been fantastic. That would have been the perfect presentation. Let's see. First batch produced parts is a huge milestone, especially for. Yes, absolutely. Other big question is final cost. Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping that they keep with the cost that they. I hope they keep with the price that they put out. So I'm hoping that their cost remains similar to what they're expecting. But I also would love to see that price go down a little bit just to make their value proposition a little better. Either the price, I want the price to go down a little bit, or I want to see the tax credits given to Aptera as well as other automakers. Like I want them to expand into three-wheel territory. Let's see. Or you don't. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Christopher Barrett, amazing. Amazing is a word that I would use to describe Aptera and all of you wonderful people that are watching the stream right now. So, let's see. Not sure. He's probably slow. He thinks Aptera's out of money. Oh, come on, guys. Let's not denigrate the poor fellow. He's got his thought processes. He's probably just trying to be trolly, and name calling's not the way to go. Let's not do that. Let's see. Thank you for putting this together. I learned a lot as usual. Yeah, man. I am all about learning and growing and becoming better people. So anything I could do to get myself there and to help you guys get there with me, all for it. Let's see. I love that you pay attention to careful wording. So careful wording is kind of like my my way of keeping my mind in check, like checks and balances. Uh, I am a I'm a person who is very prone to being less considerate or kind than what I could be in my words. So if I'm not watching my words, I end up saying something, and then I have the entire room just like staring at me aghast, and I'm like, oh wait, I probably shouldn't have said that. So usually, what I do is I make myself think about the words before I use them, so that I can kind of temper the sentiment that I have without coming off as too aggressive or what have you. So, yeah. Let's see. You see those parts on the rack? As you can see, agree that is a big. It is a huge deal. Like I'm ready. I'm ready to see some Delta vehicles rolling down the road. Let's see. Need more money for the next factory. Delta vehicles for 2026. Yes. Yes, indeed. Da-da-da. Okay, so I am noticing that there is an unhealthy amount of less than stellar feelings swirling around here. Shrimp, I will give you a warning here that if you are going to interact in the chat room, that please do so in a way that is not incendiary. I do not give second warnings. I'll just say it like that. Yes. All of these things, Dean. All of these things. Yeah, G. Neeson, I don't imagine that he has a lot of examples or references. That is not the nature of people who make very broad statements that are not necessarily verifiable. They want the reaction from the post more so than the validity of said post. So, yeah. One guy suggests Mexico production plant not long ago. He was 100% spot on for that idea. Yeah, I think that if they build a bunch of production facilities, I think the first two or three are going to be in the U.S. Depending on the interest, as North America kind of digests Aptera as a concept. Yeah, it's going to dictate where they put their out of country factory. I think Mexico could be a good spot for it, but I think it might be more likely that they would end up putting one in Europe or, well, yeah, either Europe or potentially China, depending on how China receives them. So yeah, I would say that their next facilities would be somewhere in the neighborhood of like the first two or three are going to be across the country, and then their first out of country is going to be either Europe or somewhere in Asia. Let's see. They need an East Coast facility. Yeah, they do need an East Coast facility because, yeah, like so I live in Colorado, but I personally believe that a facility on either side of the country would kind of allow the entirety of the country to have access to Aptera. So yeah, an East Coast facility, West Coast facility, and maybe one in between, like Oklahoma, Texas, somewhere like that. Yeah, I think they would have the U.S. pretty well covered. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, that is a good point, JP. That is an excellent point, actually. I do know that since they're producing their parts in Italy anyway, it would make a ton of sense for them to have it would make a ton of sense for them to have their next facility, their first out of country facility, be in Italy. Let's see. First step should be having 2 shifts in the current assembly facility. Taiwan. That is another good place to go. Yeah, Bob, the building their second Aptera plant right next to the Maxion plant would be absolutely great. There's so the more I think about the possibilities for Aptera, the more I realize that there's just so much that they could do if they wanted to. That it's gonna be really hard to guess what they do next. We can talk about the most likely stuff, but yeah, what they do is gonna be so fascinating to watch. That's another reason why I like watching Aptera, because they are such a different concept that, like, normally you can kind of call where a company is going to go. Oh, this computer company, because of other computer companies in the past and they all have similar products, this is probably where they're going to end up going. Yeah, that's not something you can do with Aptera. They're a vehicle manufacturer, but the vehicle that they manufacture is so fundamentally different than everything else that there's no way to tell where it's going to go. Let's see. Builds a second Aptera planet. Yes. Okay. Thank you for your coverage and release of the video. Look forward to the real world solar collection and long distance trips in the Delta. Yeah, man. I am hoping that when I get my Aptera, the very first thing I'm going to do is drive it from California to maybe roundabout Alabama somewhere, and then turn around and come back and see what my overall range was, what the efficiency was, and all that kind of stuff. And then when I get back to my house, I'm going to partner with one of my friends and just like take the whole thing apart piece by piece and figure out what's in there and how to put it back together and see if it works afterwards. See if we don't need to call the technician or something. But yeah, it's going to be a good time for sure. Dubai before China. Dubai before China. So maybe, because they do have a pretty good relationship with people in the Dubai area. I know that they were trying to look for money somewhere in that section of the world. Let's see. I don't normally get dessert after lunch. This news was nice. Absolutely. Leonard, I love the symbolism there. In fact, I may have to go grab me some lunch in a minute. Albuquerque facility would be perfect for Colorado Springs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Homologation is in Switzerland, according to FAMA. Yes, I do remember him saying that sometime earlier this year. Canada, Mexico should be next. Canada, that is also a good point. Before we get parsed, they wouldn't fit perfectly. That tool calibration has already been done for some parts, presumably CPC is checking it. Yes. So they are having a conversation in their Discord. I am not privy to that conversation at the moment, mostly because I'm having such fun talking with all of you wonderful folks. But I may take some of the pieces from there to make another section of my news video for next week. Let's see here. Make fun. Yes, that also makes sense. Switzerland has to be amazing for increasing PV conversion. That is an interesting concept. Like, if the snow reflects the light and it hits the solar panel, how much of that light is actually absorbed? If it's a significant amount, then yes, the snow would make a really big difference to how much you could theoretically produce. If it's cold outside, there's a lot of snow and a lot of sun, yeah, you could see some serious gains on your battery. U.S., Italy, Canada, and Mexico. Okay. Yeah, I can see that progression as well. Um, yeah, I do think that their first not USA facility will be Italian. Canada and Mexico, I don't know. It depends on how well they can scale their facilities that are going to exist in the states. If they can ramp it to produce as much as they need for the entire North American continent, then they would probably just keep with those factories instead of building one specifically in Canada or Mexico. But if they can't, Canada and Mexico would make a lot of sense. Midnight Sun in Alaska. Shoot, I'm expecting Alaska to be probably one of the absolute best places to own an Aptera because their sunlight is so wacky for a long period of time in the year. Of course, the downside being that they also have a lot of darkness for a long portion of the year. So you'd basically be driving free for half of the year and then maybe have to plug it in for some of the other half of the year. Let's see. Albuquerque is too close to Carlsbad to make much sense. Yeah, that's I can see that being a thing. It will also depend, in my opinion, on the actual production levels that they can reach in any given facility. Because if they find out that their Carlsbad facility can't produce enough to satisfy the area, then they might need to build them closer together across the country as they go along. Like, I wish I could remember the guidance from Mexico that you guys on point for that reason. Okay, yeah, no, I see that because if the EV market in Mexico is really, 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 really bad, then it is possible that making an Aptera facility there would make them essentially the industry leader there. Now, whether or not being an industry leader in Mexico would make financial sense is another matter entirely. If they can't market to the audience as they are building a facility there and what have you, and if they can't get the messaging correct, then it might be more harm than good to build a Mexico facility if they can't sell any EVs there. Yeah, I don't know how that would go. I do believe that they have the marketing team that is talented enough to make it happen, but I don't know how that would go. Let's see, having a place for solar on the door panels, much of the okay. Yeah, I see that. Yep. Funny enough, in my head when I was seeing when we were talking about the snow, I was thinking like a big glass reflector or a big plastic or aluminum reflector, just kind of dumping the sunlight back onto the solar panels on top. But it would probably be a lot more efficient to go the route of having solar panels on the side because obviously that large structure would be blocking the sun directly. So yeah, let's see here. Aptera cheaper than Tesla, so it's gangbusters. I'm hoping it remains that way because Tesla's been so aggressive with their uh, pricing lately that I believe it is not impossible for them to reach Aptera levels of cost. Aptera levels of pricing. So Albuquerque, Northwest, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, with lots of that is accurate. Potholes aren't an issue as per Aptera. So there are varying degrees of potholes, as you guys can imagine. Some potholes would not be an issue for the Aptera, but there are some potholes that would take an entire F-150 with them. So there are potholes that are a concern for the Aptera, but I don't think the vast majority of potholes will be. Oh, charging in a garage with a strong UV light. Yo, I am all the way down for that. Yeah, I'm gonna copy paste that. That's probably a video. Yeah, man, Larry, that's excellent. Like, I wonder how it would charge that way. Let's see, isn't Mexico one of our NAFTA free trade partners? I think so, yes. Okay. Okay, yeah, in that case, yes. But again, I feel like that would be contingent upon whether or not they can actually meet the demand as it stands with the facilities that they are going to build. I have never been to Winnipeg, but I have seen some doozies in my time. I would be really curious to see if they could beat us out in Colorado for potholes because I've seen some doozies here too. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. If somebody does it before me, then I'll watch that video too. But I'm curious about how much charge you can actually get from a bunch of UV lights at night. Let's see. Mexican Pot Canyon. I don't know. Do they have bad potholes in Mexico? I've never actually been there while I was driving, so I think it would be cheaper to just plug it in due to the loss of efficiency from like, you know, that is another aspect. Like, would it be more efficient to just plug it in as opposed to see? You guys are already like you're making my fourth video with my Aptera for me right now, so I appreciate that. By the way, all you folks that are contributing, thumbs up. All the conversation is fantastic. See, they only announced this on X. That's just stupid if true. What would it? Well, they announced it in. They announced it on X. They announced it on LinkedIn. I'm pretty sure they put a blurb into the Aptera Owners Club Discord. Like they did a little bit of the due diligence, but I would have preferred that they would have released it on YouTube as well, or given a link through YouTube on one of their other platforms as well. Let's see. It'd be fine, not sure. So, off-roading is another thing that I was thinking about, but I did not get the off-road package. Yeah, that might be worth adding to see just how off-roady the Aptera can be. Okay. All right. In that case, I would say that it would be interesting to see those numbers play out and see how close the real world is to the mathematical calculations required. So yeah, I like that idea. Like that's pretty awesome. Grow pot plants and charge Aptera simultaneously. This is probably going to be done by the people who get the Apteras first. So yeah, I don't doubt that there's going to be videos like this beforehand because yeah, this idea is way too good for somebody else not to have thought of it as well. Metro Mexico has the most speed bumps of any country I visited. Oh, okay. Follow the sun model or self reparking mode for greater solar. I think that would be something that would be later down the line, more so than like an immediate scenario or a launch edition scenario, because they were already talking about some of the software limitations that they were going to have on release, and that seems like a fantastic idea, but it also kind of seems like it would be icing on the cake for what they need to get done right at this moment. Okay, I think that video has just evolved in my head to be uh, exactly how much energy you're able to get from all of the sources that I can think of for charging an Aptera. Different spectrums of light, different what have yous. Like, yeah, this man, this stuff is forming some awesome. This is some creative. I need like a, let's see, we need to have like a what is it, a consortium of Aptera enthusiasts or something like that. I just picked the most fancy word I could think of. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. I believe that this is going to be something I will be doing in the future, and hopefully next time I'll be able to have access to the video right when it comes out. But yeah, man, fantastic group of folks, fantastic stream. I love talking with you guys. I will catch you on the next stream. Have a fantastic rest of your day.